Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we're going through a bunch of knives that I've had for a very long time, long enough to do a long-term review on these. All of these have had reviews in the past, and a lot of them have been tested, and so many other things. But this one is the Quiet Carry Waypoint. I'm not going to go through and review these like fully, like as far as materials and all that stuff. If you want to see those, I have those videos you can go and find. You can search for them. This is the Quiet Carry Waypoint. This is the large one though, not the original one. The original one was very small. This is the large one, and I absolutely love this knife. It's one of my favorite knives. Super slim, super slicey. The blade, look at that. It's 90 thousandths with a hollow ground grind that's just so slicey, with the handle being so thin. It's so lightweight. Like, it's a big knife, like it's a full-size knife, but yet it's so easy to carry. Then you couple it with the perfect wire clip. This is so smooth in and out of the pocket that it just makes me like to carry it. I love picking it up. I still carry it a lot because, you know, it's just a solid, well, it's a great carry, great user, and, you know, it's, you don't even realize you have it, even though you do have a big knife on you. The negatives, though, which, you know, I do absolutely love this thing, but through all of its use, it has gotten significant lock rock. Like, significant. Now, I've spine whacked it a little bit, not like super hard. It's never failed on me. I've never had it fail on me, but I can feel that lock bar sometimes. Like when I'm like right now, I can feel it moving a little bit. So that does bother me. And then it has detent lash, pretty significant as well. The only way I can fix either one of those, especially this one, because the lockup's nice and strong, as you can see. Solid lockup. That's why it's not going to just fail on you. Like, it does take a significant amount of pressure to move it all the way over to there. But I'd have to replace the entire lock bar. I'm not sure if Quiet Carry would do that or not. They might. I don't know. But even though it does have those issues, I still love it. I still love to carry it. I've definitely got my money out of it because I've used it so damn much. But I mean, people would argue, well, no, it should last longer than this, and I could maybe understand that. So, you know, maybe it shouldn't have developed the lock rock or detent lash this early. I've sharpened it up. I don't even know how many times, probably a dozen times or so. I am about to hit the plunge grind, if not already. It wasn't that big from the start, but it was just enough that I got, you know, a lot of sharpenings out of it. Maybe it wasn't a dozen. It might be like 8 sharpenings or something like that. But it's sharpened up really well every time. Holds it really good. Great sticky edge. I will say, though, factory edges on Vanax tend to go dull pretty quick. So don't base, I think they burn pretty easily at the apex. So don't base your first sharpening, you know, the edge retention from your first sharpening off of Vanax. Wait till the second one. But I will say, I'm still happy with it. I still absolutely love it. Love the texturing, love the feeling, love everything about it. Like I said, it's one of my favorite knives, even though it does have those issues. Next is the Giant Mouse Biblio Large. So this was the large one. Now, the Biblio has one. I had the small one originally. I've had a bunch of them. This is the large one. I've only had one large one, but this is my all-time favorite version because the other version was too small, basically. It was basically like a 3-finger knife, and then the choil was just like, that was the only way you could get 4 fingers on it. This one, you can get 4 fingers without the choil, and you can choke up, so it's just a nice little addition. LMAX steel. Giant Mouse seems to do a pretty good job with their LMAX. I've sharpened it a bunch. You can see it's, you know, got a mirror polished edge on it right now. A little bit of micro chipping right there, but I guarantee that's my fault. The micarta is broken in really nicely, though. You can see it's like a nice dark green. Phenomenal action. This is one of the best versions I've tried as far as build quality goes. So, you know, the XL ones, or at least the new large ones, man, they seem like they're doing a really good job on it. As far as negatives or anything like that, I have nothing. I haven't had it as long as some of these other knives, but I've been using the hell out of it. I've carried the hell out of it, and it has been an absolute workhorse. Great pinch grips, just a great user all the way around. Very slicey, you know, with almost a full flat ground blade. And it's, you know, it's not, you know, so big, but it's very ergonomic, you know, because it does have somewhat of a thicker handle. So it's just, it's a great little user, but has not posed any issues whatsoever. No failure, no detent lash, no lock rock, no nothing. Action is still great. And yeah, it's even better than it originally was. This next one, I cannot remember the name of it. Forgive me. It is a Civivi bank vault rock solid lockup from the button lock. Great detent. Love the blade shape. Hollow ground. Somewhat of like a bayonet style blade shape, which I absolutely love. G10 handle. It's super comfortable. I've sharpened it up a few times, but here's the issue that I ran into from the start, and I called it out from the start. But I liked the knife so much that I wanted to use it as much as I could. But you can see that line right there. That's right where the stop pin hits. And look at right now, it's at the top of my bevel. So I don't know how many sharpenings that is. That's probably 4 sharpenings or so. You know, I'll probably get out of it just depending on how much steel I remove when I sharpen it. Maybe more, maybe less, but it's on a timeline. So it will get to a point to where once I remove too much steel, it's going to either get detent lash or potentially the blade could pop out the handle a little bit. Just depends. But eventually it will be an issue, which is an issue because we tend to want as many sharpenings as we can get out of a knife. Granted, you know, if I can get, you know, like say if I've done 3 or 4 now and I get 4 more, that's 8 sharpenings. Knives should get way more than that. Like knives should get 50, 60, 100 sharpenings. So, you know, that does suck. You know, I'm going to continue to use it until it does happen. And just let it happen naturally. But yeah, it's been an awesome knife though. I actually really like this knife. I wish it did not have that issue because now it's coming to the end of the end of the line for this one. Next is the Civivi Vision FG, and you can see this one's been through the ringer. This one had a full review and testing, edge retention testing, abuse testing. I tested 3 of them head-to-head, a premium one, the Nitro V one, and then this one, which is the Damascus, which is a VG10, or sorry, a 10CR Damascus. Which it's been great, man. It's been super solid. I absolutely love it. I recently put some original goat scales on it. I love these scales. This diamond pattern is sharp. I mean, like it's sticky sharp. It's crazy how sharp these are and how much they grip you back. I love it. Feels really good in the hand. Some people might not like how sharp it is. I love it. The action is still really good. The detent's definitely gotten a lot lighter, and I can definitely feel that it's gotten a lot of wear. Up and down play, none, because I've stretched my spring twice. So it would have a significant amount of up and down if I didn't. I did it way before, and then I recently did it when I changed the scales. I had a little bit of up and down. So I stretched my spring back there, which makes the locking gauge stronger. And now it's back to being a bank vault again. Like I said, the detent is definitely lighter than it originally was. Feels a little bit more jankier, but all in all, man, aside from the blade having so much wear on it and abuse, this thing's solid. The scales did look a little old, you know, because they had been through a lot too, but they're my card. I could have washed them and cleaned them. All in all, this thing has been an absolute workhorse. You know, in the full review and testing, I spine whacked the hell out of them. I was abusing them. 2 failed eventually, like not easily, but eventually. And then the one did not fail. I don't remember which one it was, but one of them did not fail. So, I mean, it says how strong this lock can be. But yeah, all in all, man, just a phenomenal workhorse and user. It's a knife that I highly recommend. I've even gotten for gifts gave for gifts many times because it is that good of a knife. And, you know, I like being able to gift somebody a reliable knife. And this is definitely one of those. And the edge retention on the 10CR did really well on the edge retention test. It was very little. It was barely below what the Nitro V did. So that's really good results because the Nitro V got amazing results. So obviously the 20CV got better results than both of them, but you know, for a 10CR Damascus, I can't complain, man. The edge retention's good. And you know, as far as the edge, I did recently sharpen this puppy up on some vitrified stones beautiful edge. It did sharpen up really, really well. Took a screaming sharp edge once again. It's had many, many edges put on it. I couldn't tell you how many at this point. And I do have a new one, but I decided to put the scales on this one, even though I could have put the scales on the other one. But I figured I might as well just keep this one going as long as it will. And speaking about this one, I do want to bring up this guy because it has a lot of similarities as far as the lock and everything. Now, this one, though, I have developed some issues with. I love the knife still. I just want to be clear. I love, love, love this knife. And I think they did a great job. Listen to this. That's the D10. Stop with the crinkling. Hang on a second. They got to hear popping. Hang on. Hear that? So that's something that these don't have, and I love that. It leads to a nice thwack, great ergonomics. Love the ergos on this guy. You know, it is an awesome knife. Great pinch grip, great blade shape, great steel. They did a great job with their Magna Cut steel. Beautiful satin finish. I've sharpened it a bunch. It's got a screaming sharp edge on it right now. This one was sharpened on some vitrified stones also. Couldn't tell you how many edges I've put on it, but it's been a lot. Now, my issues that have come up, and this one, I can't remember if I did a full testing on this one or not. I don't remember because I had two and then I got two. It doesn't matter. The point is that this thing's been through a lot, even if it wasn't the one I tested at first. But I've had this one for a long time, so I've been able to do a lot of testing. But what's happened with it is it's got a significant amount up and down, which I can fix if I put a stronger spring in it or if I stretch it, because if I push up, I can feel it goes away. Now, I have stretched it once and it did go away, but it came back fairly quickly, quicker than I would have thought. So that, you know, that does kind of, you know, it's not that big of a deal because, like I said, I can throw a new spring in it or I can stretch it, which I will do, you know, because it is getting, it wasn't as bad at first, but it's getting pretty bad now. But the next thing is that this does fail pretty easily. Now, when I first got it, it didn't. So that's something that I've been able to fix on a lot of knives. I'm not sure if I could do that on this one. You know, it's tough to say if I can or not, but what happens is if I'm wrong, I'm wrong and I'll pose an issue. Now, other knives I can do it without posing that issue. This one I don't want to lead to, you know, it's slipping more. Basically the lock, sorry, this thing wedges up in between the stop pin right there and that little tang right there. I don't want to rough up that area and make the steel less thick in between the stop pin and the tang. Because, you know, it could make it to where the spring tension won't get rid of it. You know, it's not that big of a deal to me. You know, it's never failed on me in use or anything, and I've been pretty tough on it. But it will fail if I spine whack it lightly, and it does have some up and down. Other than that, I love carrying it. I think it's been a great knife, USA made, and I hope that they do new versions of this. I'd love to see different colors, different handle versions. I'd love to see them increase the texturing again. They did increase the texturing the first time from my first video on this. I said it was way too slick and it was like a deal breaker. They did make it sharper, but it could be even sharper than that. It'd be nice if it was. Now, bringing up another tactile, this is the Archer. Much more expensive than the Maverick. Wait, not the Maverick. What was the thing? What was the name of this guy? Damn it, now I can't even think of the name. Oh no. The Chupacabra. Chupacabra. The Archer is much more expensive than the Chupacabra. They are both using Magna Cut steel, but this is using titanium, or sorry, this is using aluminum and steel. This one's using titanium frame lock, and it is done at a far higher level. You can feel that. Now, this one, when I did my full review when I first got it, I did have a couple little negatives that they did actually improve. One being the choil. You can see my smile there right now. See what's happening with it. Now, it's sharpened up very, very well. The steel is really good. I mean, this thing takes a hell of an edge and it holds it really, really well. But I was not happy with the plunge grind hitting, because when you sharpen, this is what happens. And this is like the best case scenario right here. Like in some cases, they'll start recurving and everything else. This one, you know, maybe over a long period of time that might happen here, but I'll just go bzz and cut in my own sharpening notch. But they did it. They changed the new ones, so the new ones don't have that. The action on this is still phenomenal. And I do got to say, after all the time, I've carried this thing a lot. This thing was like one of my daily carries for, and it still is in many cases, for like months. The detent is a little bit late on it. Like you can accidentally hit right there, and it does have a ramp, so you can like kind of just swing right past it. But it's also so fidgety and so fidget friendly. Great reverse flick, great access to lock bar. I love the feathering and the texturing, man. It's just beautiful. The clip works great. Super comfortable in the hand. Nice and slicey, good looking knife, USA made. Beautiful edge I put on it. Yeah. This one's been great. I have no complaints. It's still rock solid, bank vault rock solid. Never failed on me, never had any issues. You know, aside from that choil, that's the only thing that's really been an issue the entire time. And a knife that's kind of similar to that one that I also really like is the Neferris. Now the Neferris, grab a napkin. Let's grab a knife wipe. The Neferris has a clip point blade as well. A little bit of a sweep on this one with a little bit of a Persian. This to me is a great EDC knife while also being, you know, cool possible self-defense knife. But I like that it has a little bit of poon action right there. And then the tip is very close to the center of the pivot. So it's very easy to get to still. I don't have to raise my arm all the way up in the sky to get to it. Phenomenal action. This one, no issues. Can't say anything bad about it. The clip's been great. The action is still amazing. Rock solid lockup still. Has not even flinched. I mean, I've sharpened it I don't know how many times. And it's just, yeah, it's been an absolute killer the entire time. The Elementum button lock. Now, I've had a lot of these, well, a few of them, and this one I've had for a very long time, along with another one. But this one, I've always talked about how solid these knives are. Because the way the lock is, it's a disc, right? See the disc? And then there's a liner, like, attached to that disc. That disc is attached to the spring tension, so it's just wedging right behind the tang of the blade, so you'd have to break the pin all the way through. So it makes it to where like you have a very secure lockup, and it's been super robust. I've never like batoned with it, but I almost wonder if it could. The geometry isn't built for that, and that's not a very big stop pin or anything, so I wouldn't, but maybe I would just to see. But super fidgety still. And you can hear it when it locks up. It still has that beautiful sound of it opening and closing, because it does lock in the closed position. Love the ergonomics, love the blade shape. This is my style knife. Hollow ground, deep hollow ground spear point blade, very slicey. The tip is nice and low, easy to do utility cuts. Neutral ergonomics, doesn't matter what direction you're cutting or what you're doing with it. You can, it's going to be very comfortable. This thing's been sharpened a dozen times or more, probably 2 dozen. And you can see how much life I still have left. And that is important to me. So it's been nothing but a trooper. But I've recently started feeling a tiny, and I'm talking about the smallest amount. Like, this is so insignificant, I don't care, because these things have been so solid for me this entire time that this hint of up and down, and I mean, it's such a small amount, sometimes it goes away. It's that small. So don't care. Do not care at all. I got 10 times my money out of this. And speaking of Civivi, once again, the Cubit. Now, this Cubit has been through the ringer. It went through full testing, edge retention, and, I do have these, where they're from Rip's Garage. These, it looks like micarta, but it's really like a fabric sticker, but you can get them for like $20 from Rip's Garage. It covers up a lot of the dings and nicks and stuff. But it does not feel like it used to. I'll be honest. It definitely feels a little jankier, but it is still bank vault solid. I can't believe how solid this thing still is. I always say this, man. Civivi does the best job with their button locks, the best. Remember, this last one is not a conventional button lock, arguably even stronger than a regular button lock. But you know, even considering this one, all the crap it's been through, I can't believe it. Right? I've never had a button lock last that long and that durable, you know, and been through as much as it has. Same thing with the Wii and Civivi knives with their regular button lock, with just a regular plunge lock. They're so solid. They keep on kicking over and over. This one has no stick either, which is surprising because usually if you have no stick, it'll eventually develop a little up and down, but nothing, man. It is just so solid. The detent is still decent, but it's much weaker than it used to be. The Wii one is strong, is really strong. So that one has held up really well. The Wii version, the other version that was in the video with the testing, that one's held up a lot better, but it is a premium knife versus a budget knife. So this one, like I say, it feels a little more jankier, you know, no detent lash or anything. It just, I don't know. It just has a feeling of it's been worn, it's been carried, it's been tossed around, it's been beat up. I don't mind it, but just being honest about it, it's still kicking and for the price, again, I got way more money out of that than the value. Then the last one, the Kershaw Bel Air. This one, I think I also did an edge retention test on this one. I can't remember. I did do some on some Kershaws. I just can't remember if it was this one or not, but I think it was. This thing's been through a lot of testing. It's a great knife. Super good ergonomics, magnet cut steel, great geometry, super thin blade. Look at how slicey that is. And it has a crossbar lock. Now, I did switch my Omega springs, even though it was rock solid when I did it. I switched my Omega springs to the Kaiser ones, and I did that just because they had stronger Omega springs, and it increased my detent strength. And it also is still a damn bank vault. I'm talking about like as solid as you could feel a crossbar be. And I love that. I love feeling a nice solid lockup. Deep carry clip, as deep as you can get it. And it is reversible. We have the white aluminum scales on this one that have lasted like through everything, man. Like they're not, really, it doesn't look like I've really put it through much. And I mean, I've done a lot to this. Maybe I need to drop it a little bit more, but yeah, man, she's really been through the ringer and she's been sharpened probably a dozen times, maybe less, maybe 6, 7 times. Quite a few sharpenings though, but she's still kicking strong with 0 complaints. Yeah, it's been great. The edge retention feels really good on it. It's, you know, easy to sharpen. It has a 400 grit hand sharpened edge. It looks really good though. Look at that. Nice scratch pattern. Beautiful, beautiful edge. Throw a nice low angle on it. They just slice so much better. But these things, they are so slicey to begin with. You know, this is not supposed to be like a tough pry bar knife. This is supposed to be a slicer. But yet, it is a tough knife that just seems to work really, really well. I do have a little bit of sound sometimes when I go to open it. Like, it's like, but it's so minimal. Like, I'm not going to bring it up as a negative, but I have noticed it throughout its life that sometimes it comes and goes. You can kind of hear it right there. It's almost like it sticks right there a little bit. Not that big of a deal. But all in all, man, I've been absolutely loving it. And no complaints, man. It's been great the entire time. Work hard, stay tough. Till next time, peace.